Last year, we were given the brilliantly designed Nezhamon. And just last night, we finally got his upgraded form. This Digimon, when I first saw him, he was amazing. I like the colors, the design, I like his goofy face. The wheels were my favorite, but hey, he's a cyborg-based Digimon. But when they decided to give him his upgraded form, I gotta say, they made this design way better, and I absolutely fell in love with it. Hello, folks. My name is AP the Weird One, and welcome back to another Digimon Thoughts. It is time we looked at the amazing Nezhamon Crimson Mode. And I also kind of want to do a further discussion about that. So, let's take a look at this design. Now, when I first saw this guy, actually there's one thing I want to show quickly. A bit of a comparison. This is relevant. Oh no, it is. It did make it around 5. Okay. All right. So when I saw Nezhamon, I saw basically just his body. I didn't see the motorcycle, but what I did see, the part of the motorcycle, what I did see of the motorcycle, it looked very boxy, and I'm honestly not gonna lie, I thought it was Kigamar's kind of stone statue form. That's what it made me think of. But then I heard, I read the description and everything. I'm like, oh, he's got a motorcycle, and man, it's cool. I mean, we finally have a second Digimon that essentially rides a motorcycle. Yeah, you could say Agumon Bond of Bravery rides Gabumon Bond of Friendship, but that doesn't really count. He doesn't have his own. Agumon Bond of Bravery doesn't come with his own motorcycle, much like Beelzemon. So yeah, this design is so well. I absolutely love it. I mean, he's bigger. He's a lot more adultish. He's got more weaponry. There's weapons that doesn't even seem like that in this image that he doesn't let on to believe. One thing I kind of wished is that there was 2 images with Nezhamon Crimson Mode, because in the animation in Digimon New Century, from what I've seen, his cyborg arms turn into boosters. So I think that would have been a really cool touch to have. Maybe that's not the case, but potentially. So yeah, it's just a great design. I mean, when I saw this, I'm like, whoa, this looks so awesome. I'm curious. Now that I've known this, his sash is also a weapon. I'm curious if it can still be a weapon in this form. I'm assuming so. But yeah, I was like, wow. I mean, this is the preview image, which gives the indication that his extra forearms are kind of like a boosters. But I mean, I was impressed even just seeing this. I'm like, ooh yeah, we got something special. Now, interestingly to note, the Wikimon's reference book, and opposed to the one on Digimon new Digimon reference book, is a little bit different. It mentions down here that there's a Wrath mode. We can see Nezhamon Wrath mode uses. So maybe that's just a mistranslation. Maybe it's just Nezhamon Crimson mode. Maybe that's what it is. But yeah, realizing he needs to use his power properly. His Fukurin, which were the little miniature balls on him, become a motorcycle, which is awesome. And the short body has grown larger. He's a cyborg, of course. And then he's getting 2 extra arms. He put those powerful tools. Can use his 6-arm affiliate with the 2 swords that he's shown. So this kind of look gun blade and that short sword. This we don't know what about that lance. We don't really know about. But he's got that. And then the Bukaratsu, which is the demon rope. I thought that was going to be something like a Wonder Woman's lasso of truth. I thought it was actually actual rope. I didn't think it was kind of like a chain. I didn't think it was like this. This doesn't scream rope. This kind of like a spear-like weapon to me. That's what it gives off. That doesn't give off a rope. And then it also has these 2 balls. The embroider balls. I'm not sure what those could be, but no, it's got a lot of weapons. It's very cool, but he does have the weakness that his belligerent nature is kind of only weakness. He's a very troublish nature. Now, let's talk about how they're going to implement this in the card game and evolutionary line. What are they going to do, and how do I like this guy? Well, this guy, both Nezhamon and Nezhamon Crimson Mode are a fusion of Beelzemon and Volcanismon. And in the story-wise, it says that Itmon is the rookie. So, how do we exactly get there? I think the obvious choice, and you could also connect this back to Volcanismon, is to do, have Itmon be the rookie, but then have Flame Wizardmon be the champion form, and then obviously do Azuramon for the be the ultimate. You could also use Mistymon as well. Mistymon is not a bad choice either. You could also use that as well. However, there's things to consider. Nezhamon is a data level Digimon, and in Future Proof for card games, he could work with the Candlemon line. You could do something with the Candlemon line. Potentially make Itmon a member of Witchiny. Probably do Flame Wizardmon, and then maybe do another version of Mistymon could work. But also, it does say search for data trait. That could be a little bit problematic, let's say the least. And I think there is a bit of a solution, a bit of a change I would like. One thing they could do is maybe use. I guess you could also. I was thinking more like the Shoutmon line. Making the Shoutmon data. He's also a bit of a rowdy kind of person, and kind of do his full evolution line. But that's still not my favorite. See, the thing is, there's a lot of wizards, members of Witchiny and everything, and I think a line that would work really well. And hear me out. This is how I would want it. Flamemon. My personal bet is to use Flamemon, because Flamemon is a rookie level Digimon I absolutely love. Actually, we'll go here. Now that I did the Digimon thoughts, I absolutely love Flamemon. He's just an awesome base Digimon. And it sucks that he's part of the Tenja Legendary Wars. I think you could make this guy Data and then do, I guess maybe Virus and then maybe Free Nature. Not Free Nature, but Witchiny. I think you could do that, or possibly Data. Then of course he becomes a Goonimon. Our man Agunimon. I think it's a nice choice. Stick with the Agunimon, and then obviously we do Azuramon. I think you could make it. I think you could definitely make it work. I think you could even make Flamemon and Agunimon Data, and then maybe have Azuramon be Witchiny, or have like Flamemon be Wizard based, or just Virus and then Witchiny. That's a possibility. But yeah, I don't absolutely love Azuramon, but I respect it. I think it's still a really good design. It has the connection to Hindu/Buddhism with that of Agunimon. And I think doing from Flamemon to Agunimon to Azuramon can also work with the Volcanismon, because we also got to consider. We also have to kind of consider Digimon Time Stranger, what they're going to do with the evolution line for him. They might do Octomon. Let's not beat that around the bush. They could also do something like with Musamon and Kotemon, but I mean, we've seen Agunimon and having it digivolve into Azuramon and then finally to Volcanismon is also a possibility. And you could also do that in sort of the card game with a god with being a data type. I could see Agunimon kind of wanting to become this, like he's a master warrior, kind of like Volcanus from Bayoneko. She was a famous warrior, and then she decides to become a simple blacksmith. You could see the possibility. I mean, and you could even have like Volcanus, even Jagras with Nezhamon, maybe. Nah. We'll just stick with to form Crimson mode. We'll keep it simple. No Jagras. No Jagras is needed. So yeah, that was my thought. I absolutely love the new Crimson mode. We'll see how the year goes on. I think definitely with Nezhamon and Nezhamon Crimson mode are probably some new favorites. Maybe not necessarily top 10, but they're definitely going to be in there. I also think maybe in terms of full evolutionary line, if I do my favorite Flamemon to Guniamon to Azuramon, could make it in there, and we just have Volcanusmon off to the side potentially. I mean, I do like the Guniamon line. It is fun, Burning Greymon's I'm working up to Burning Greymon. Aldemon is my least favorite aspect of it, and I do love Emperor Greymon, so we'll see how things play out. But for now, this is my dream wish: Flamemon to Guniamon to Azuramon, and then maybe Bandai will do Impmon to Flame Wizardmon, and then Mistymon. We'll have to see. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys next time for another Digimon Thought, whenever that may happen. I suspect maybe next week, or I definitely say May, because we're gonna figure out the last member of the code the debugging team, the novel side. Anyway, hopefully you have a wonderful day. See you guys next time. Sorry this was a little bit late.